All right, you've been patient, you've waited for it. Now you get the finals of the 2020 Queen City Showdown. I'm Mike Taylor.
And I'm Sean Tieman.
We're here at Amberley Green. Going to go with the pro group and the AM group. Bartosz Kowalewski against Nick Long, Sean Lucas, and Stephen Harris. Here we got hole one, double mando, tree on the left, tree on the right. Forms the fairway. Most players are taking a mid-range, stable to slightly understable, or a putter, it's overstable, trying to pipe it down the middle.
Right here we got Sean Lucas. He's a really solid putter. I mean, anything that's probably about 50 in, you're going to see he's going to give it a run. Looks like he's going with a mid-range right down the middle.
Yeah, what are you seeing Sean throw a lot?
I mean, we did actually get to see the footage beforehand. I actually don't know what
Mixed bag probably.
Yeah. Looks
like Stevens maybe got a rock here.
Hits that tree, just stops right there. He probably has about like 120 to the green. Got Nick Long here. Looks like one of his beat up rocks.
Yeah, he would kill me if I said he was throwing a putter right here. Ooh.
Gets a good little kick there. Probably
Sean,
has.
You and I saw that from the side angle. We didn't know what happened, but it definitely leaked down the fairway and gave him a putt.
So this is Bartosz. He definitely has a putter in his hand. I expect him to pipe this right down the middle. Just going to leak a little bit left. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's the name of the game is you can go backdoor, you can go down the middle, you can leak a little left, but the main thing is trying to get on the dance floor and get a putt. Oh, it's unlucky.
So we got Sean here. He'll probably give this a little soft bid towards it.
So each player here, this was a bracket style tournament. Most of you have seen the Joe Jav coverage. And shout out real quick to Daniel Nelson for putting this together. But it was a double elimination bracket style. We paired up the winners coming out of the AM bracket, pro bracket, put them together on a card, and should have some great action today. Oh, yeah.
We saw that putt in person. You knew it was in as soon as you released it.
Yeah. Nick showed up a little right at the last second before tee off, and he just practiced in the field that motion right there about 10 times and said, I'm ready to go.
Alright, this should be easy up and down for Bart right here.
Yeah, what do you think? This is 20 feet?
Yeah. Bart was mainly a spin putter, and he was kind of sick and tired of turning two opportunities into fours. So he kind of just added a little bit more of a push style.
No!
Yeah, that's
hate to see that on the first hole.
So it looks like Sean's going to get 2 strokes on Steven pretty quick there. Nick and Bart both birdied.
Yeah, not how Stevens wanted to start out. What do we got here, Sean? Hole 2.
All right, this is hole 2. It's a probably plays. It's 436 feet. For most players, they're going to have to throw something that has a little bit of flip in it out on a hyzer to get to go straight for a while. I tend to throw something overstable with a little bit of an ante or just a big power hyzer to come in. You're going to see a lot of shots come short of the basket to the right.
Yeah, it's really tough to actually get it up on that green. It plays maybe more like 450, 460, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And today the wind was a tailwind coming from the parking lot, so we were thinking probably see several putts here. Tailwind's a great wind to have on this hole.
Bart's got a cannon, so this should be pretty easy for him to reach. It looks like he left that a little too far right.
Yeah, a little wide. He had the distance, just a little wide. Or if it was higher, probably would have carried the rest of the... Well, it still would have been on the back. He would have outdriven it. Okay, it looks like a Discmania disc. Maybe a PD or something.
Yeah, I'd say by the end of this match, if you don't know who Sean Lucas is, you will now. He was definitely really impressive.
Yeah, he's a UC Discats kid and definitely making a name for himself, tearing it up in this tournament. Stevens played very consistent throughout this tournament, as has Nick and Bartosz. So you played both of the competitors on the pro side, right?
Yeah.
Because you were in the semifinals.
Yep. Me and Bartosz were the only ones that had not lost a match. And Nick Long was coming out of the losing bracket. And my match against Bartosz, it changed dramatically bad after the second hole, and I added some probably mistakes to it really quick. But I fought back and got within, I think, 1 or 2 strokes, but he's just so solid and good. And
Yeah.
And then my match against Nick Long, I actually got up to a 3-stroke lead on him with, I think, 4 holes to go, and he just slowly picked apart, and then we both blew it on the last hole, and he snuck me out by 1. But it was a lot of fun playing him. 2 different styles. Bartosz is very, he's got a power game, and Nick's got a very straight finesse game, but both solid around the green.
True. They're both very different players, but get similar results. I think a lot of players are maybe having some nerves on this first hole. I think each of these players are capable of making both of those long putts, but probably just don't want to give yourself a big comebacker early on. Here we got hole 3. This hole is excellent because you can go up the middle, kind of a fairway driver or distance driver. You can go power forehand over the top left, or you can even go turnover driver, or you could even throw a roller. So there's many different ways to play this. We'll see what they're going to approach this hole with today.
So Nick Long's on with the power hyzer here. This is a shot he's added to his bag like the last 2 years, and it's really good hyzer forehand right here.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, just smooth too. I mean, that's all you want. Give yourself a look on this hole. It's not a give me birdie, but definitely feels good when you get it.
Bart sees it. He likes it. He's going to try and replicate it and gets caught up a little bit early. Bartosz is throwing this course blind, whereas Nick and Steven have played this course a couple times during the tournaments we've had in the past. I don't believe Sean has played it either, so that's definitely a factor today, seeing how people can play this course without having played it.
So Steven's probably going to go with a little bit of a flex line here. I'm guessing it's an overstable mid-range a little bit.
Yeah, maybe MD3.
Yeah, he was trying to flex that.
He was pulled it a little bit.
Yeah. So Bartosz is probably give us a little soft run. Doesn't really have any danger. Oh, that was...
Yeah, that was very close.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a little short, but that's what, 20 feet? 25
Yeah, I'd
feet?
give him about 25, 30 feet. Let's see if Sean can get some confidence here to give this a run. Ooh, just off the right side of the cage.
Yeah, you'll start to see throughout this match, he just dials that putt in real fast.
Steve's repping his no bogey disc golf gear. Love it. Okay, so we got Nick here. Looks like 30 feet elevated. Maybe plays like 32 feet. And just a tiny bit short.
You can actually see me and Mike in the background. The reason we're actually sitting in the Prius is this course does not have 18 baskets. That's the same basket that is being moved by me and Mike to every hole.
Yeah.
Right after they finish, we clear it out. We put it in his Prius, his off-roading Prius, and then we load it up to the next hole.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Got a good workout that day. Okay, so we got some pars, and Steve is going to take a bogey.
And Nick didn't putt out, so he's stripped for that.
Yeah, Nick feels like a bogey, even though it's just a par. So,
all right, so on to the next hole, hole 4. It's 301 feet. It's basically just a basic hyzer. You're going to see this bush coming in on the left, and then you're going to see that big tree on the right. And there's a path right between them. You just want to hyzer right between the 2 trees. I'd say that the basket's about 30 feet past this tree. It's about as standard as it gets. They did get a little stiff headwind, though, I remember.
mm-hmm.
So there's Nick with his little trusty beat-up rock again. Looks good, just a little early.
Just missed the first bunker.
So he's got an outside the circle look there for his 2.
So right now they're matching 1 down, 1 down. Sean even, Steven +3. Kind of got some room to make up here for Steve. And he pulls out a little bit wide. Looks like it's going to the long bunker. It comes up a little bit short. That'll still be a putt.
Yep, just a little testy downhill putt though.
You can see Sean trying to figure out what's going on with the wind. That looks like a T-bird to me.
Yeah, a little halo T-bird.
Maybe one of those T3s or whatever that just came out.
Yeah.
Okay. Outdrives it. Yeah, see, that's a factor. Bartosz and Sean have not played it, so kind of figuring out these distances is a little tricky. Steve's been here before. Let's see what he's got. Okay, that works.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
I'd say it's about 40, 45, downhill, almost. So yeah, he's a mixed bag. He's putting with a jawbreaker, I'm guessing a challenger. Here's Nick. I wonder if he's going to jump putt this or spin putt it. It's a jumper, and that's cash.
Looks exactly like his putt on hole 1. That's always a good feeling when you get a couple jumpers to start off your match. Kind of gets me going.
Yeah, puts a little pressure on Bart here. And
just a little. Got Steven here for his birdie putt.
Yeah, at this point in the round, Steve really wants this birdie. Get some momentum going. Just a little right.
You think he's got nerves going right now? I mean, this became kind of a big production here for this match.
I mean, I know Steve personally, a good friend of mine. I know he got that third kid now and working a lot. And, it's just hard to keep up as a family man sometimes. So I think maybe he just hasn't been playing much lately as he wants to. I don't think he's nervous.
Well, here we come into...
Yep, cleanup crew. Okay, this is definitely one of my favorite holes on the course, hole 5. You got these towering trees, and you can throw a hyzer. Almost everyone's going to take a hyzer over the right side. You're going to be dealing with the tail right to left crosswind. Just want to put something up and let the wind push it as far left as you need to get to the basket.
So there is OB long, the path, and it's very easy to get to, which seems shocking.
This looks good. Might have a chance. Whoa!
So you can't just power a hyzer around. You actually have to have the right
That almost went in.
Look at this with the follow flight.
Shout out to Jared Brookover for catching the ace a couple years ago. I was on his group. Got to give him some respect for that. Looks like he went right behind the basket. Okay.
So we got Bartosz here. Probably gonna be the same exact shot.
A little low, but not a bad line at all.
Yeah, that gave him inside the circle.
Steve's got plenty of power, as does Sean, to give this an ace run or park it. Let's see what they got. Oh, that's got to get over. Wow, that barely clears it.
Oh, that's a good tree, too.
Yeah.
Who knows? He might have skipped over OB. That's a good line.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
A little too high.
So you can get that win. If it's a still day, I think those shots are really good, but I think that wind's just pushing the disc a little bit long today, more than they normally would.
So this putt is tough. It's downhill, and that wind is coming right up at them, so they're afraid of airballing this over the basket. I've had this putt before.
Yeah, and the ground's so hard right now. Grass is actually pretty short at Amberley compared to sometimes it gets a little bit longer, so anything pick up and roll away, you don't want that.
All right, let's see if Sean can get this putt dialed in here.
Yeah, it's probably 35, 40 feet, slightly downhill. Yeah, it's a good make right there.
Just laser. And me and Mike were talking about this. Let's give him a little credit here for a little slow Joe. But he takes like 5 seconds over every putt.
Yeah, no thinking.
No
thinking whatsoever. And I think it definitely tends to play to someone's advantage early on, mitigating those nerves. And Bart maybe feeling some nerves, seeing Nick's drive right under the basket, knows he has to have it already down a stroke.
So Steven's going to be down 4. Actually, no, Sean actually bogeyed the last hole, so he's down 3. And Nick's got a 2-stroke lead. I mean, at this course, for people who played it, have not played it, there's so many rolling hills, there's enough low ceilings. Here's hole 6, by the way, is coming through here. The play for me is low forehand and have it skip in, going up, basically up this path. There is double Mando trees that you have to go through this gap. There is this baited inside line that if you've got the skill set to try it, just a straight putter shot at it.
You
but the
throwing a
forehands-
machete on this hole? What are you getting out?
I go driver because I want the low ceiling. I mean, so I would go my machete, but it's a zone distance, but I would throw my machete really flat and low.
Looks like Nick has a driver too. I'm thinking Firebird maybe.
For sure. Yeah, he put that on a nice little Annie, and that's exactly how I would draw it up, except for that tree.
Yeah, again, there's that wind. He's dealing with a little bit of a left to right wind, pushing a little bit longer. I think that would have been perfect if it was inside that tree. And Sean has a nice shot here.
Man, that tree is just crushing them right now.
Yeah, tree's 2 for 2. Yeah, I'm thinking Bartosz might have he looks like he's going for a fairway driver. What do you think?
Yeah, he has his razor claw that he throws like a zone, but he probably was thinking the same thing, keep it low.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, I don't want to go long. Took some off of it, trying to correct, and catches it early.
Yep, just popped it up.
That's where, like you say, you got to keep it low. If you want to get into the green, you got to keep it low.
Yeah, that's why I liked what Nick did there. That little Annie line, for some reason, helps me keep it disc low, so I got to match it with the overstability.
Oh, that's what happened. We couldn't really see from where we were, so he's going to have this inside line Sean was talking about, and he almost gets through. This is not an easy upshot right here.
Yeah, and he chose
down 2 strokes. Yeah, that's a good shot right there.
All right, we got Steven here to try to save his par. So about 45, 50, 45.
Yeah, to save a par, he's feeling like he wants to give this everything and just a little bit off the right side of the cage.
Gets a little...
That was a good try, though. Okay, so Nick right here, you can't really see from the camera. He pretty much has nothing. There's just low branches obstructing his view of the basket. And he clips it, almost goes in, goes a little long.
And Sean's pretty much dealing with the same thing. It has a little bit more of an opening.
Yeah, you can see that there's no edit there. That's literally him walking up to his lie, like Sean said, less than 5 seconds, and cans it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a laser beam. Once he starts feeling it, man, he just does not miss.
Yeah, and it's windier than it looks out there today.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that Steven hit the cage. He rolled to an awkward spot. That was an important putt to hit still.
That's a good putt.
All right, and Bart will clean up for his par. So Nick and Bart will stay the same, and Sean and Steven are now at 5-stroke difference. Sean's playing really good.
Yeah, Amberley's definitely a course you want to get as many birdies as you can. So we got hole 7. We didn't play the OB. We just threw the course together. So we pulled the basket maybe 20 feet further than what it normally would be, giving players the license to crush one, whereas during a normal tournament, you're probably just focusing on staying in bounds instead of attacking this basket. You're going to see some players take the hyzer line up to the right, maybe some throw the sky and hyzer shot, or throw a roller possibly.
Yeah, so this line he's taking, there's this dead tree that you got to cut right before. And we were actually standing right there, as you saw. If he doesn't nip that tree, he probably parked the hole.
He crushed that, Sean. That was a really, really great drive. It just didn't get left quicker.
So Nick's going here with the sky forehand.
Yeah, I think there's probably a little bit of a left to right here, so maybe pushing it a little bit more right. Yeah, early. Yep. Wind is definitely a little bit of a factor. I wonder what Bart. I think Bart's going hyzer here.
Yeah, that's still a little inside too. You need to drive further in order to actually get the distance you want.
Yeah, he pretty much hit the gap that you want to hit, but like you said, he could probably put it somewhere in between his and Sean's throws, the perfect shot.
Yep.
Cloudbreaker, Steven going hyzer.
I actually like that line. Does it have enough forward distance? This looks like it's hyzer and Tucson. It's a great shot though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see how open it is up there when that camera just panned over that way.
This shot would have been OB in the normal layout for an Amberley tournament. It would have been immediately OB off the tee. Okay, I'm thinking this is about 70 for Nick.
Nice. He should have his par there. So Steven's probably about 60 then.
Yeah, I'd say so. He's good at this range. Let's see. Ooh, almost. And we're nearing the end of the front 9. Bart was definitely giving that a run. He's got 2 strokes to make up, and I think he saw that as an opportunity to get one back. There'll be a bunch of cleanups for their pars here before we hit one of the signature holes on the course.
So scores aren't going to change. Still Nick Long's up by 2. Sean Lucas is up 5. I mean, 5 strokes seems like a lot, but with the way that this course finishes, I mean, it's still anybody's ball game.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Jav Productions and John Schwan and the catch cam over there. Thanks, guys, for doing so much filming throughout the 2020 Queen City Showdown.
All right, this is hole 8. It's 583 feet, and this is a full pump straight downhill. You see this car over here to the left. I'd say about 40 short of that, and about 50 to the right of it's where the basket's placed. So I would take something over stable and throw it right down the middle as hard as I could, kind of like this.
Yeah, cart path on the left is OB, so
he needed more turn. You want to kind of challenge the wood line on the right if you're trying to park the basket.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a good pull. That's just unfortunate. Thank God.
Yeah, I don't know if Nick's going to go super aggressive on this shot. He's got a 2-stroke lead, doesn't want to do anything crazy, go into the woods or go OB, so he's just playing down the hill.
Yeah, which he didn't really take a lot of distance off, so he still has to make a really great second shot. Bart's definitely full send in this.
Yeah, he wants to give himself 30, 40, 50 foot putt if he can.
So he never got that to flat. If that thing gets to flat, that would have been all the way down there by the basket, but it was a great shot still. He's safe. Yeah,
this is definitely one of the signature holes on the course. I really enjoyed throwing this. It's one of my favorite shots in the entire tri-state area, throwing that far downhill.
So the shot Steven just threw was beautiful. It just still has to push forward before it's coming out of that turn. But no harm done. I'm pretty sure in the tournament this played as a par 4.
Yeah.
So getting your 3 on this, you were stoked. So you guys see the slope difference here. Nick still has a lot of work left, but he trusted his game and he just put it right there. It's a great shot.
Yeah, it'll be about 20 feet. Sean giving that a run for a 3 save. Looks like Steve might be lining up a little jump putt here.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Parked.
And Bart's got pretty much a safe run here.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Oh.
Wow, a little left.
So we got Nick with probably about 22 feet left to clean up.
Yeah, that's to keep the pressure. You have a 2-stroke lead. He's got the Popeye shirt. He's feeling like Popeye right now, banging those putts.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Taylor, who's helping with commentation right now. He actually kind of intervened in this. This should have ended probably a couple months ago, and there was just a lot of scheduling conflicts and issues, and his name got mentioned, and it felt like a week later we were hosting this at Amberley, and this is really cool.
Yeah, I would like to be able to make this a tradition if I can. If we do another Queen City Showdown next year, maybe we can just make this a tradition, have the 2 finals in the Am and Pro Division play as a foursome. I'd really like that. So we got hole 9 is a blind hyzer, mostly blind hyzer. You kind of want to find a treetop that you're aiming at and let the disc sail, and hopefully you don't get any weird rollways.
So it says it's 222 feet, and then it's uphill, but it still to me plays like the same shot. Anytime I feel like I need to give a little bit more, I punish myself. This is a very awkward distance to park.
I agree. I think having the blind shot is what makes it so tricky. You're not looking at the basket. You just have to find some other target to throw at and hope that you pick the right disc. I mean, you could throw like an overstable fairway driver. Pretty sure Bartosz went with like an MD4 there. You can go with an overstable mid.
So where you just saw Steven bail out, he's pin high probably like 25 feet.
Yeah, this feels like one of the holes that it's almost like you want to birdie this hole. It feels a little bit annoying to not get this hole. even though there's some element of challenge to this hole, it still feels like you want to give yourself 25 feet or in.
So he went a little bit long, like I said. He buried through it and left this putt short. Yeah, this is where this hole really gets tricky, is on the putting green, because it can roll right down the hill.
Steven means business. Got rid of the backwards hat, frontwards hat. See if it works for him. Bang.
It's a great putt.
Maybe if his hat was on front,
maybe
he'd be up 3 strokes.
It's just like in tin cups, things aren't working. Take everything out of your left pocket and put it in your right pocket.
It's a nice little cleanup birdie for Sean. I think that's the difference, is that a lot of AMs might miss that putt in that situation. That's the kind of game that Sean has right now, and that's why he's in the finals. And tap in birdie pretty much for Nick to make it a 3-stroke advantage. And that's going to be it for our front 9. We got a match, 4 down for Nick Long, 1 down for Bartosz Kowalewski, +3 for Stephen Harris, 1 down for Sean Lucas. It's been a great front. I think it's going to be an even better back 9, though.
Oh, yeah, the back 9 is amazing. Finishing 3 holes, you could be up 5 and lose your lead instantly. Definitely check in for the back 9 coverage. I'm sure it'll be up within a day or so.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys tuning in, and make sure to like and subscribe anything Joe Jav Productions.
See you on the back.
See you guys.